COVID treatments causes COVID deaths.
Oh god.
Oh,
No.
What are our thoughts?
No.
No.
that's an interesting one. I don't think COVID treatments cause COVID deaths. Look, I'm not a what's it called, doctor, but
None of us are doctors here. This is not talk medical advice.
at least look, this is my completely moronic view, but like, don't normally like vaccines and stuff have a very long lifetime of development and stuff, and all the side effects and shit. I'm not saying it was done on purpose, but I'm just saying it's understandable that there would be side effects from something that hasn't been rigorously tested in humans before deployment.
Yeah. I'd like to counter that one because the SARS vaccine has been in development for a long time. Goes back to the bird flu rises from about 5 years before COVID. So, and it was developed from there. It was being worked on. Probably, it was, I'd say, look, testing wise, it was thoroughly tested. But the other thing you've got to bear in mind is that you can't relate correlation to causation. Anyone could have any sort of symptoms that might go under the radar that happen to pop off at the same time as they get a COVID shot because the body is reacting to something. It's building up T cells in the bloodstream. The body's reacting. It might have a symptomatic response, but it's not actually being infected because the virus itself is actually dead. So it's the whole thing of correlation causation. I don't think there's sufficient numbers to go, yes, it is definitely because of the vaccine, because if you were to do correlation against, say, heart attack and going to McDonald's, you're probably going to get a much higher causation of that. But yeah, I just don't see it.
Big Roan?
Look, this is not my area of expertise at all. I'm not much of a medical student. I take my vaccinations, and so far nothing terrible's happened yet. So I tend to be like, it was fine so far. But yeah, I think there is just a lot of misinformation that is dangerous out there.
I get great phone reception though.
Oh yeah. Here's the side theory containing tracking chips of 5G.
Yeah, 5G.
Oh god, I'm just my mathematical brain's just going, how much would it cost to actually develop something that small that actually works, and then to be able to mass produce it and then give it to everybody?
Yeah,
Quite difficult, probably.
Yep. It's like, no. So they want to track you. There's much easier ways of doing it and a lot cheaper, and we carry it around all day. Our phones.
That we do.
So they want to know where you are, what you're doing. They already know.
Yeah. No, my thoughts are on the same as Tyrone. I'm only going from my personal experience. I got the COVID vaccine once or twice. It felt great. Typically, people have taken the day off or working at different jobs at that point. How were your responses? Oh, it's going back here, but how were your responses? Because I felt great. I told my boss on the day that I had to duck out quickly. I came back. I said, it felt great. He said, oh, well, you should be the guinea pig if you feel that good.
Mate, I felt like I got hit by a sledgehammer. I was lying in bed for like 2 days.
Oh, right. A knockout.
Yeah, I don't know why I responded that way, but that's how I responded. Didn't feel great.
Absolutely no effect on me. Though I took the day off because I saw the opportunity there and seized it. No, I was pretty fine.
Yeah, fair enough. I probably should have done the same just to capitalise. But how was yours, Ryan? Sounds like it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was fine. First one didn't feel a thing. Second time was a bit more like, oof, I could feel it those next few days. Like that was a rough couple days. But then after that it was totally fine. So yeah, no problem.
All right, none of us affected, none of us have died, and we're feeling good. So we'll leave it at that and push on. Bigfoot, was he real? Did they find him? And is he still out there?
Look, I wish. I honest to God wish. Probably not.
I used to be obsessed with this idea of cryptids, like, the Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, the Bigfoot. But it's just...
We're too good as a species at killing
Hunting.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the
Like,
amount of species
any
we've
and
proven,
all.
yeah.
Like, just look at Australia, dude. We used to have such a rich diversity of megafauna. It's all fucking dead. We killed it all. We're just good as a species at fucking wiping things off the map.
Yeah.
including ourselves.
Yeah.
And I doubt that a single Bigfoot exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because you get Bigfoot sightings in the Appalachians and over in the Rockies. And I'm just trying to imagine this Bigfoot trying to hitchhike across the USA, to go from the Appalachians through to the Rockies. And given,
But also living in the Appalachians in the Yeehawville and not
yeah,
being
guns.
hunted to death, you know.
Yeah, that or would be completely drunk on moonshine.
Yeah, exactly. And,
That's more- yeah.
are we now implying that all Bigfoot are related?
Well, maybe it's just two cousins that got a little bit too close.
That's why they moved across the country.
We got to put you in the Rockies, boy.
A little bit of separation from your sister.
Leave her alone.
Well, that's usually a joke headed for Tasmania, but no, we'll leave it
Yeah,
at
there
that.
probably is big feet in Tasmania.
But yeah, so Jeff, was it any different growing up? Bigfoot, was he talked about as
look,
thing out there?
Whoa,
Right.
was he? Bigfoot could very well be a she.
Because my idea of Bigfoot is like this
Sexist
8 foot
people.
8 foot hairy man.
Oh, look, there
Harry
Harry
Henderson.
Henderson's.
Yeah, there was
Jesus
a really
Christ.
great comedy album released by Eddie Murphy back in the early 80s, and it really covered that subject well. If you haven't heard it, I think it's, I'm trying to think of the name of the album. I think it's Delirious from memory. I'll have to look it up, but it was as funny as hell back in the day. But look, I remember back when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, there used to be a show on TV called In Search Of, and it had Leonard Nimoy as the presenter, and they used to go into all these different things about UFOs, Bigfoot, Easter Island, the pyramids, all that kind of stuff. Absolutely remarkable TV show back in the day, because as a kid I loved it. But the theme song, every time it'd come on, I'd be racing towards the TV and, Bigfoot, and they had that, that famous picture of the guy in the gorilla suit, and yeah, it was. I used to just get absolutely suckered into that stuff. I loved it. But as I grew older, it's a case of, maybe not, and more maybe not. As the saying goes, extraordinary beliefs require extraordinary evidence, So if you're going to make the claim, give us the evidence. Give us Bigfoot.
Yeah, give you his fingerprints.
Where is the evidence?
Yeah, exactly. Bring me the creature in the cage.
Yeah.
That's how the King Kong movie went too, I think, from memory. Didn't work out well.
Nah.
Just before we segue to Jeff, before you mentioned it could be a he or a she.
Yeah, I just think you're a sexist shitlord, and you're completely discounting the experience of all women with large feet.
Yep.
Hairy women with large feet.
Sorry, hairy women with
Hair
large
suit. We shouldn't say hairy, we should say hair suit.
Yes.
Saved Bigfoot jokes saved for later, so we'll dive more then. All right, so at this point, we haven't seen him or her, so still a myth at this point.
Thank you.
Next
Yes.
one, wrapping things up here. Australia doesn't exist.
Nah.
Nah.
Let me just go disappear real quick.
Yeah, where have I been?
We're all actors. We're pretty good actors. Though.
Paid actors.
Actually, there is. I'd like to take this a step deeper to say that maybe nothing actually exists, and we are all simulations.
Matrix.
In the Matrix, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, didn't somebody say that, like, if you look at a balance of probabilities, it's more likely that we are in a Matrix than we aren't?
Yeah.
So somebody figure out how to turn off Luke.
I can put my mic off if you want.
No.
We'll have to give it.
Yeah.
We'll have to give him the blue pill, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, it's that. See, that's fun. That's fun. Well, it's a fun, but also kind of scary one. The
Terrifying.
Matrix.
Yeah.
You're a human battery. But I don't. I'd almost be. Yeah, I'm definitely more willing to accept that we're in the Matrix than Australia doesn't exist. So, yeah.
It's all about the wave function, people. Learn your quantum physics.
Yeah.
I gave up at sine and cosine and tan. That's where I sort of packed it in for maths. So
I
Mhm.
did some uni physics and hated it and changed courses.
oh, holy shit, you're a clever girl.
Luke, you haven't. Was there any others on that list that you hadn't discussed, or have we gone through all
Oh,
of them?
Tyrone, have you got a theory?
Well, I'm just wondering. Right, you've left.
Last couple of sport related.
Okay. Okay.
There we go. It's going to be wrestling related.
Oh boy, this will be an interesting one.
We all know
We'll
that's
do-
a fix.
Yeah, work, brother. Yeah, Luke, you should do like a speed round. You just rattle
yeah,
off a
yeah,
bunch
yeah.
of conspiracies and we just say real or fake. No explanation required.
All right,
Just to say we
start
put
with the big one.
stands.
Yeah.
All
Start with the biggest one in the country, AFL.
What about it?
Is it fixed?
No.
Yes.
No. Are they probably on drugs? Yes. Or at least a fair chunk of them.
Given the kick.
I know
up
Australia's
last
really
night.
strict, but come on, Essendon had their thing. Somebody else had their fucking thing.
I think
Everyone's
they're smart
trying
enough to figure out a way around it.
You're saying you think that the CTE league is smart enough?
Just
to
the
not-
doctors.
Oh, just the okay, that makes much more sense.
I only bring this up because there was an incident that took place between Fremantle and St Kilda back in 2005. It was a thrilling but controversial clash between the two teams. There was a few touchy calls. Umpire led, I think, either Fremantle or St Kilda to the win. On the plane ride back, respected journalist Tony Jones heard the head umpire to say, "Now I know what a victory feels like."
I just think umpires are maggots and they have their own biases. So
Yeah. Oh, they definitely have favorites.
yeah,
Okay.
Is AFL on the whole a fix? No.
probably no. If you want to look at sport fixing, go look at like boxing.
Yeah, that's something like in terms of, who would the AFL rather do well? The club with the most supporters, which happens in sports all across the world. Look at salary cap breaches that have happened in every single sport. Like, I don't know, the Melbourne Storm.
This guy
about a
talking
decade
all
ago.
talking all fucking smart like and stuff, salary and cap and shit.
No cap.
Just follow the
no
money.
cap zone here. Yeah.
Check, please.
Yeah, check.
Follow the money.
Cricket?
Rigged.
Cricket's
Rigged.
too fucking boring to be rigged.
The Indian League especially.
Oh yeah,
idea
but
of-
come on, mate. You pick a country that's I was just going to say, I feel like maybe potentially more than just cricket is possibly corrupt in that country, without wanting to offend anyone.
There's a lot of money that changes hands basically in the IPL over in India, and it's you've got different people investing in it, and the money that flows around, it's just absolutely phenomenal. You look at the amount that cricketers can get paid playing in that league alone, and it's a case of
That's why all of our girls have gone over there.
Australia. Jesus, yeah.
It's because they've got a couple of billionaires who like cricket and wanted to stay in their country.
Yeah, Adani.
Because they're pretty much paid for like all of our chicas to go over there and play.
Yeah, it's phenomenal money that they earn.
Yeah, I mean, good for them.
Yeah, and like Indians love to gamble, and so you look at
Not
the
as much as
population
we
of
do.
India,
Not as
and
much as
you go,
no.
oh right.
Australia is the world's gambling capital. I think we literally are actually.
Yeah,
China.
per
Per capita, we're the worst gamblers in the world.
Yeah, probably.
by like
But
a
then again,
stupid
look at our
amount.
wildlife and what we have to deal with. Every day's a gamble.
Yeah, true.
Tennis?
Boring again. Who would want to fucking?
Well, they don't make it. They haven't made it easy for anyone outside of a select few to get an upper hand in tennis. Like, it's kind of that same thing. Where all of the favorites are afforded much greater opportunity, given greater preferential treatment. But that, I think, results in them becoming better. Look, I don't think any particular one of these sports are rigged, except, however,
Boxing.
any sort of combat sport. I think you can make a far easier argument.
Yeah, I think where the real corruption comes into tennis is the, rich parents paying, these tennis organisations to have their kids as, on the court as ball kids. They're not needed. They're only there for show, and I think there's a lot of money that gets exchanged, to put their kid out there,
Yeah.
All kids don't get. Like, I've known a couple of my friends have done it. They work 2 weeks in the sweltering heat for meal cards and
and they get treated
beat
like shit
speaker.
too, which is a horrible thing.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
None bigger of a fan than Callum when he scrolls through the maps and sees how many tennis courts are within the southeastern suburbs.
Fucking boring sport anyway.
Yep.
Boring conversation anyway.
All through Toorak down to Malvern, Glen Iris. It's like,
Yeah,
you don't
we've
have
done a
swimming
block
pool?
of 30, I think it was 32 houses, and there was 18 tennis courts.
Yeah. And none of them play tennis.
Well, it's just you need 2 people to play, and no, it's stupid. I don't like it. Waste of space.
Yeah.
Going down to the big one here, you mentioned combat sport, arguably the biggest sport in the world right now, UFC.
Yeah, of course.
Fixed or not?
Yeah.
I think
Not fixed in a traditional sense, but
Nah.
fixed nonetheless.
I think the
Because
match,
the
pair ups might be.
the pairings, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
not the actual fight that gets rigged, because that would be very difficult.
Chaotic.
But it's the matchups. If you want to build up a fighter, you match them up against weaker opponents. You know? So when you find someone who's entertaining, and it's a very well-known phenomena, you build them up by giving them a lot of easy fights. And they can have a better record, so they sell more money. When you say this guy's 10-0, oh my god, everyone wants to go watch the 10-0 guy. No one wants to go watch the 10-10 guy. The matchmaking is 100%.
Yeah.
You know? It's very well known amongst MMA fans. When you have someone who's considered to be like a more boring fighter, who's not like a flashy prize fighter, but they can still have a great record, they're not given title fights. They're not given the shot to win the belt because they're considered to be boring and they'll sell less pay-per-views. Go look at Khabib Nurmagomedov. He took ages for him to get his title shot. Far and away the best fighter in the lightweight division. Took him fucking years to get his shot. Won it, held the belt, defended the belt, and then just left because they treat him like shit.
Yeah, it's show business.
Yeah, it is.
But it is.
They're there to sell tickets, and if you're a boring fucking fighter, sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah,
They won't put us in seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you look at the pre-match stuff and the rats and the antics and all. It's all showmanship.
Yeah.
And when they get in the ring, sure they get their asses handed to them, but they've sold tickets beforehand, and everyone wants to see the rat go down. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like Colby Covington. He was selling fuck all before he started his MAGA fucking Trump loving all that shit, and then he put butts in seats, and all of a sudden I think he got back-to-back title fights. So
people are a lot more willing to pay and watch
shit.
someone who
We should try that
aligns
at
with
work.
their own views.
Yeah, but also he was just loud and stupid, and it was just like he was a spectacle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. They want a spectacle. They want someone who's entertaining.
Yep.
Give them a shot.
They're always looking for the next Conor McGregor.
That's what it. That's
Conor
what
McGregor's
it
always looking for the next coke fix.
is. Hey,
My wee little coke fiend.
Let's get those Connor impersonations.
No, I can't do Connor. I've watched a video. He's got a very specific cadence. It's his cadence of speech that's very hard to mimic because he's very specific. It's like, I don't think, so it's very hard to sort of knuckle down.
Do we have any thoughts of soccer being fixed?
Football, the beautiful game
Uh,
called football.
no.
Football.
Football.
No, football.
It's fixed in a way that, like I said before, like only 4 or 5 teams have won the EPL. I'm definitely wrong on that number, but
You are massively wrong.
it's only like
You're right in if you were going to go down the road of salary cap blowouts. It's where the money is.
Yeah, it's the World Cup.
NFL. I can make a claim for being fixed, especially given that the Chiefs are into the Super Bowl again, and as long as Taylor's in those stands, the money's going to keep flowing in. So put your bottom dollar that Kansas City Chiefs win 3 in a row. Because that sport's rigged.
I thought that the International Football Federation had a clean out a couple of years ago because of all the bribes for the hosting of the World
For
Cup.
Qatar and Saudi Arabia in 2030.
Follow the money. It's all about the money. You just need your money.
I don't give a
money.
rat's ass who wins, so long as they get paid.
Yeah, yes, sir. All of the governing bodies are the same. They're all just rat bags.
Mm-hmm.
Give us some fucking money.
We should do that with the ping pong table.
What about the money? But
Yeah,
who's going to sponsor us?
Oh, no. It's a case of we get them to pay up, and if they
Yeah.
want to play, and we promise prize money.
Look, I think it's like it's a scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of situation, especially with the beautiful Tony. I've asked him for a great many things, and he has delivered. So I'm not going to try and deny him access to the Le Table de Tennis.
Just going back to the soccer, you mentioned only 4 or 5 have won the EPL. Is that because of having no salary cap?
It's less that and more just it's not that amount of teams. It's obviously much more teams than that, but there are the big teams. I don't know. You're a better team. You're more recognized. You have more fans. You have more funding. You're better at acquiring talent. It's just one of those deals. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's very difficult for smaller teams that have a lower amount of funding, a lower salary cap, et cetera, to try and make their way, break into the industry. It's those that are established, have connections, have the fucking cashola. Just go look at Man City. Man City is the perfect summation of like everything wrong with the EPL. They were bought by some emirate who just dumped a shitload of money in, bought all the best players, marketed the fuck out of it. Lo and behold, Man City is now a top contender.
All right. Well, that's it for theories. We're going to go through a speed round, Tyrone's request. We've got a specialty coming up here. Unless you guys have any other thoughts and feelings on the theories that we've covered or haven't covered.
No, this is great.
Nah, I just think you should watch this drive.
Yeah.
Go ahead and watch this drive. Our American resolve has never been stronger today. We love Luke Martino.
Now watch this drive.
Now watch it.
No, thank you. All right, speed round, and then a few dad jokes to see us off.
All right.
Hit us.
Internet debates that have raged too long. Let's settle this between the dream team.
Okay.
How do we pronounce GIF?
It's
GIF?
GIF.
GIF, the
GIF?
way you said it.
GIF.
Jeff?
I'm going to have to go with GIF.
Yeah.
So it rhymes with Jeff, in a way.
Oh, there you go. So the GIF in terms of the
Whoa, what did you just say?
Uh-oh.
the GIF in
The
the
GIF.
You
That
just
removes-
doubled back on yourself.
Hey, yeah, my God. Madonna mia. Oh, Madonna.
no, I'm talking about the GIF being the cleaning product. That's no longer. It's GIF.
Okay. It is GIF, yeah, sorry. Thank you
Good
for
save.
clarifying.
Good save.
But, yeah.
Walking on thin ice there.
You pointed this out as part of your Donald Trump saga. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, chicken make egg, but egg could also hatch into chicken. So we're gonna be looking very, very bad into this because chicken and egg, nobody knows, but they make great omelets and even better KFC.
That's all I got.
And you need both chicken and egg to make fried chicken
Yeah.
because you've got to
Oh
dredge
my
the chicken.
god!
That's adding insult to injury, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna have to say the chicken.
Chicken would have had to hatch an egg at one point in time.
Yeah, it's really hard for an egg to get that excited.
Mm.
All right, chicken it is. Next up, should a sandwich be cut diagonally or horizontally?
Diagonally.
I'm going to go with the outlandish principle of not cutting my sandwiches because I'm not a little baby who needs to cut my sandwiches into multiple pieces. I can eat it whole like a man, like God intended.
I'm with Callum
Shit.
because I want to be a man too someday.
Yeah. Eating your sandwiches whole is a good start.
But do you cut the crust off? That's the important question.
Oh yeah, do we cut our crust off or not?
No.
Personally, no. I like crust. I'm actually a big fan of the crusty bit.
That's a bit crusty.
Yeah, I like a nice crusty. I like a pizza crust. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, I can't stand it when people eat a pizza and then you just look at like just a box full of crusts at the end of it. It's just like
I'll just eat the box full of
Yeah,
crusts
eat
at the end. Some kind of deranged monkey that broke into these people's house and just started
God.
eating the remainders of the
the
pizza.
offcuts.
All right. Is cereal a soup?
What?
No, because you can
No.
have cereal without any liquid.
Yeah. Otherwise, you just eat
Jeff?
like
I used to pour like a bowl of milk and then add a bit of cereal at a time so it wouldn't get too soggy.
Hmm.
What are we thinking,
So-
Jeff?
I'm thinking if you have like Wheat Bix with milk and let it settle, it's more like a pudding than an actual soup.
this isn't a topic.
Yeah.
What is this?
No, that's he's not wrong.
Yeah, I know that.
To me, cereal is just breakfast,
Mm,
and soup is for dinner, like is in chicken soup. So
yeah.
that's sorted. Toilet paper, over or under?
Oh, sorry.
mean?
Now I'm gonna have to get cereal.
What the hell are you talking
I'm
about?
gonna get thupa cereal here.
Let's specify first before we get cereal, Sea Dog. So toilet paper being over when you pull it over, or under behind the roll as you pull it
over.
down.
Yeah,
Okay.
so in the original like specification document or something, which people managed to find because people can find everything on the internet, it was over. But because of it depends on your type of autism, really. So I like to roll it up from the bottom. So I like it coming under because it's got the soft side and the not soft side. And if you want the soft side to be on the outside and you want to roll from the bottom, then it has to be under. So I vote under.
Under, okay. All right, Tyrone's over. Jeff, comes down to you.
Look, I go more for the aesthetic look than the feel, as it were. So I tend to be an over person. I think
Wow.
it looks neater.
Raider.
And
Yeah, I won't argue with that though. That's it does, and you can do like the little foldy bit and shit, like they do in the hotels and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree. It's more aesthetic over.
Yeah.
But functionally for me, for the way that I roll, it's got to be under.
Yes. Pun intended.
No, I'm an over guy.
Over.
I might have to put that on my Tinder profile. I'm an over.
Yeah.
Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Neither.
I don't
Yeah,
really consume soft drinks. That's a really good one. I would have to say cocaine, but with some ice in it.
Oh, yeah. Just Coke with ice.
With ice in it. Holy shit. Woo!
Absolutely.
We getting fucking fried tonight.
Go on the next level. Pineapple on a pizza?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes or
if
no?
you do
Yes.
that, your entire bloodline should be wiped from the face of the earth.
that's why I haven't had children.
So you're doing the favor yourself. Thank you.
I
That's
am. I'm
very brave of you,
I'm
FA.
doing my bit to clean the gene pool.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, 100%. Yes,
Totally
I'm-
haram. Disgusting. Yeah, your bloodline is weak and you will not survive the winter.
Well, we know where you stand, Callum, regarding the pineapples and the tomato sauce in the fridge. Jeff,
Sorry,
good
yeah.
to see some variety as well. A hot dog's a sandwich.
Are you stupid?
They
Equally
are,
valid questions.
they are a gourmet sandwich.
I mean, technically, by definition, like any kind of filling between two pieces of meat, but it's not two
But it's
pieces
one,
of meat.
yeah.
It's a single, so it would be an open sandwich.
It's like a wrap.
Yeah,
Mm.
if you had to classify it in that way.
Yeah, I'd say wrap actually.
Sausage and bread has now been reclassified
I'm
as
hungry
a
now.
wrap.
A roll, yeah.
I think it depends on the roll as well. Like if you're getting a
Yeah.
good bread roll,
A wrap, a roll, either or, but not a sandwich.
not a sanger. Marvel or DC?
Ooh,
I'd say prior to Disney, probably Marvel, but post Disney, I just despise Disney with every fiber of my being. So I'm going to go with direct current.
I am.
Lock it in, Jeff.
So I do. I'm a. Yeah.
yeah. Look, from a writer's perspective, problems really with both at the moment, movie wise. But if I was to go to the
If you watch the cartoon films, DC by far and away is.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Look, the Batman series was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
DC at its best to me is like always
Animated.
way better than Marvel at their best. However, DC's
Yeah,
lows
DC
in
has
the
it.
decade.
Yeah. Oh
in the
yeah, holy
last
shit! I completely
decade.
forgot about the Justice League film.
Yeah, DC's
That was
lows in the
hot,
last decade have
stinky
dragged
garbage.
them down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
anything
am
DC live action, horrific. You
But
fucking
for
miss me with that
it's-
shit.
For me, it's like I love it. Like as a I love comics, and Batman is like I've read more Batman comics than any
Than
other
real
sort of
books.
comic I've written. Yeah, than any real books. So no, for me it's DC, but I still like Marvel. It's just I like Batman and sort of the realism of it rather than the fantastical nature of Marvel. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's good. Yep.
yeah. Look, I think for me, I'd forget all of them and just go straight to The Boys.
But the graphic novels, yeah.
Oh,
Not
look, even up to series, end of series 3, I think it was a good point to stop. But yeah, especially the first 2 series of The Boys, that was really good.
mm,
Kind of like Game of Thrones, the first half
Yeah,
dozen
first bit of
seasons
it's
were
good.
great, and then it just went.
for they inject their own views into the show instead of just following the source material.
I think they ran out of source material. That was a problem.
No, The Boys is a complete story.
Oh yeah, The Boys. Oh, sorry, I meant Game of Thrones.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
The Boys is yeah. The first 2 seasons were absolutely awesome.
So there's good in both. Sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I grew up watching more the Marvel series, and we're talking this stuff from cartoons from the 60s, early 70s, where you had Spider-Man, you had the stop motion Thor and Incredible Hulk. Yeah, this is going right back, and yeah, it was just really good stuff back then.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Yes, it's about bringing family together on a special day.
Tyrone?
Yeah, big grown.
Oh yes.
All right. Yes, it is. iPhone or Android?
I'm an Android boy.
I'm an Android boy.
Oppo.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
no,
use-
I'm
They'd
same. I'm
use
an Oppo.
Android. They'd use
Oppo,
Android
yeah.
OS.
That's Android. Well, there you go. All right. Oppo. El Jefe.
Definitely an Android person. Everyone else in the family's got iPhone. I don't get them. They're not intuitive to me. I'm just so used to using the
Back button.
Yeah.
Give me function or give me death.
Yeah, man.
I can't understand all the quote unquote intuitive fucking.
Where I've got to
like,
swipe my finger up to go back. It's like, what?
Oh, well, you can swipe your finger up to my back anytime, boy.
Oh,
All the intuitive shit that Apple says is intuitive is like so fucking far from intuitive to me. So then again, maybe I'm just stupid.
I like shiny button to press.
Mm.
Last big one to finish this speed round off. Could Jack have fit on the door in the movie Titanic?
I've not seen the film, but from just seeing this thing online, apparently everyone thinks yes. So I'm going to also
was a
vote yes.
big door.
I'm going to say no, and there's a reason why. It's because of displacement. So
Yeah.
the amount of
You're
weight
going
that
to
you've
say
got
the
on
buoyancy.
door-
What if he just left his legs in the water? He'd have still kept his torso, which is where your most important things
That's
are.
the thing. He just kept his like head
he's-
above water.
with the
Well, you
amount of
need to
clothing,
keep your
he would
torso.
have died of hypothermia.
Yeah, but no, because if he keeps his fucking, all he needs to do is keep his fucking chest out of the water.
Yeah, but you've also got to realise that he was poor. If anyone was going to get the blame for the Titanic sinking, it would have been him.
True. Yeah, a bloody pause. What are we, a right-wing political party now? Fucking pause.
His weight on the door, they would have both gotten wet and soaked. So, in a way, I can see why he did it. Because his weight on that door just would have put the door pretty much under. They would have just gotten absolutely soaked as, and they would still die from hypothermia.
I vote he's a chicken shit and he's a simp and he died for his simp values and I cannot respect that.
He should have pushed
Yeah,
her
you can't
off,
respect
basically.
Jack, but you better respect Leo DiCaprio for. Well,
For only dating chicks under the age of 25.
There's a reason for that now. No, he should have just pushed her off, in my opinion.
I watched something that's like, this
Look.
lady, she's remarried, she's had kids and stuff, and she's like lived a full life. And the only thing she cares about on her deathbed is this one time she fucked a poor guy on a boat.
it's like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
the story of her life
see,
that she tells.
I love
This one time I fucked this guy on a boat.
Titanic's copped it a bit because of how cliche it is. But see, I love that film and I'll still defend James Cameron in most of the stuff he does. But yeah, look, Jack probably could have survived. Just given the thickness of that door as well. It's like a full life raft. And Rose is fairly high above the water, if I remember.
And she's pretty small as well.
She's a small girl.
Yeah, she could have
should've
stayed on the
Even though
buoyant
Kate Winslet
side.
got fat shamed after that movie, which is horrendous.
Stupid.
Shouldn't have been so fat. I'm going home.
Jack was too good for her, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deserved better.
So we end it with a few jokes and then share our goodbyes.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. My brother is a big believer in flat earth theory, but he's starting to come around.
I vote we dismiss
push
Luke.
Luke off the flat earth.
Yeah, off the Titanic. I vote we push him off the Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it gets better. It gets better. Just tune in for a sec here. Why will the Flat Earth Society never be popular?
Because it doesn't have members all over the globe.
Or close. That's a good answer, but they just can't get the word around.
Well
done, boy.
Moving on from the globe or flat, what's Bigfoot's favorite exercise in the gym?
Leg press?
That targets the same muscles here in this answer.
Are you going to say toe touches?
Sass squats.
Oh.
Hey!
Oh, that was bad.
I'm voting for Luke to be eliminated from the island.
Yep.
Not just voted off the island, but like actually taken out to the water and drowned. Saying survivor, this is not surviving.
Shark bait.
So the people listening here should have been Luke instead of Jack.
Yeah.
But we got one last big one to send it home. What do we call an astronaut that lifts weights?
No, just a good astronaut who's trying to do
Yeah.
their exercises to maintain their bone density and muscle strength while they're in space. Does that fly?
No.
Close enough. Neil Armstrong.
Oh, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
crap!
Oh,
All right.
So fucking stupid.
Damn it! All right, call it.
Cool. He tricked us. He betrayed us. He lied to us. And I don't care anymore.
He's a very nasty guy.
oh.
You are tearing me apart, Luke. But you're a psychologist.
All right, I'm about done destroying some brain cells today, and just want to thank all three of you boys, Callum, Tyrone, and Jeff. It truly is the dream team. Like when we came together, it's only about 4 or 5 months, but we've had the instant chemistry, and it's now led to episode number 7. Fight
I
the
really have
devil.
to say,
Food pod.
I think I've got really good, not just emotional, but physical chemistry with you, Tyrone.
I
I don't know what to say.
He's
I'm at a
blushing.
loss for words.
Are the feelings mutual or no?
You better fucking say the feelings are mutual.
Um,
Well, we like Callum very much, but he has great mustache and even better legs. Shame
Sorry.
about his face, though.
Yeah.
uh,
Completely full of butter.
butter. Oh, he has a lot of butter there.
This guy, his name is Callum. He's a bit of a butter. Bit of a
Oh, butter
butterface.
Butter boy. Butterfingers, they call him.
I had to think about it in my head. It has only been 4 or 5 months, but now I've never gotten along with a group so quickly and shared all that laughs, and we'll have to do this again sometime later in the year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
And before we started recording as well, Callum, as we introduced you, you mentioned an update about the plumbing.
Oh, yes. There's no longer poo water all over my floor. Yay. Whoa. We're most of the way there.
Oh, no, we can fix
that. Thanks, Tyrone. Want to come over later
Yeah, sure.
and give me a hand
I'll
with
bring my
things?
storage.
Yeah.
Fair to say, shit's been sorted.
Shit has been sorted.
All right, we'll end it here. Good stuff, boys. Hang in on the line. I've got a few things to share after this ends, but thank you all. See you in the next episode.